Well, it's always good to be with you guys at Rotary. Of course, being here a number of times like this, I enjoy your humor and I enjoy your applause, and even when you throw money, I appreciate that. It's always great to be here. And you guys are casual, so I'm a little bit casual today, as you can appreciate. Well, today, and a couple of you have asked me this, and you were actually serious in asking me this: why do I like to go on cruise lines? So we're going to talk a little about that. I'm going to give you a brief overview. We're going to talk about why I do it. Number two is what do we get out of it? And number three is how can you do it? So let's start with the why I do it. Well, number one, I have just completed 53 visits to countries outside the United States. I've either worked there, I lived there, or visited since I started at UCLA in 1960 on an exchange program to India. So I've been a lot of different places. We've done it on our own. I've traveled by myself. I've traveled with my wife. I've traveled with my family. But in the bottom line, in the reality of travel, cruise line travel is absolutely the best way to go. Now, reason is a couple of reasons. Number one, if you go on vacation, you want to be on vacation. So number one, you want to be treated like you're on vacation. Therefore, you want to have fun and you want to have things done for you. You don't have to worry about making your bed, and you don't have to worry about cooking. It's all done for you on the cruise line. Number two is that the cruise lines, and there's a bunch of them and they're all great, they really know how to take care of you in terms of being available to serve you. Their service in the eating facilities, and they have so many choices and varieties. It's wonderful. It's superb service. And you couldn't get it any better. You don't get it in restaurants as good as you get it on the cruise ships. And then number three is that you go places on the cruise ships that you may not go if you're flying or on the train or even driving. And the reason I say this is that oftentimes the cruise ships goes into ports where you couldn't get there hardly by a car or a bus, or you could fly on a plane. Classic example is Eidfjord in Norway. You go in the fjord off of the North Sea, you go back in for a number of miles, you're surrounded by these magnificent mountains. It's just wonderful. And there you are on the cruise ship at the port of Eidfjord. Got to see it. So you get to go places, you're treated wonderful. It's just a great experience. Now, that's why. Now, what I've also found out, and we'll talk more about this, is the reason that the cruise ships have become so popular. Well, you can get everything that you would want on a cruise ship. You can go on the Disney line, which is a lot of fun. You can go Celebrity, Princess, Holland America. We've been on them all. We can tell you that these ships all offer a little different amenities. They offer a different style, and you can pick and choose. And they're priced accordingly. People say, well, it's so expensive. Not when you really get down to it, because you get all your meals, you get your accommodations, you get superb service. All of this is part of the cruise experience. So now I'm going to go into a little more detail about each one of the cruise lines in terms of the categories that they go into. So bear with me, and I'll use some illustrations here to show you the size of ships, because that's important. For example, we just got back from the Viking, which is smaller than we were on the Holland America. Celebrity is a different size, Princess a different size. They all a little different. We'll talk a little about that. So let's go over here.